Live from the Communication Center at Kibabii University, this is Kibu Decides with Gideon Yeri and Riziki Munyai.
Indeed, it is amazing and another wonderful day. This is the only day that many comrades have been waiting for it. We are speaking about Kibu Decides 2024. Are you wondering? We are guessing what next? My name is Gideon here, but remember that this is the first studio, just an intro of what we have for you. Today we are having a comprehensive coverage when it comes to advert as we all eye towards Kibu Decides 2024. We are coming live in 3 different styles, and that's why here today, as you can see, this is studio number 1. This is the Communications Center. The topic is all about elections, but here we have politicians, a candidate, a man of interest who is eyeing for the seat of president come March on Kibu elections. And then in studio 2 we have a guest there who is a political analyst. This is Gideon Award, and the people will be helping us so that we can understand when it comes to elections. We know that each and every person is looking forward to a free and fair election. Will be Bernard Mutua and Banis and Lange. And then studio 3, this is the hotspot studio. We have 3 aspirants who are eyeing on different seats. We have Patience Mary, this is first female nominee. We have Jen Kuria in studio 3, the hotspot. This is first female nominee. And Elton Bowie, who is eyeing for the first academic nominee. But we have the anchors who will make sure that this thing becomes successful and they take your interest to the way that you would like to be. This is Obed Michoma together with Lea Lugono. And on the other hand, maybe my colleague news anchor. What do we have?
Na bila shaka ni mengi tuliokuandalia siku ya leo, kwani katika mjadala huu wetu wa heka za siasa chuoni Kibabii almaarufu Kibu Decides, ni mengi tu tuliokuandalia, kwani tunaweza kulidadavua swala kuu kuhusiana na siasa. Tumejipanga vilivyo, na ndiposa tunao maripota wetu waliokita kambi katika chuo kikuu cha Kibabii. Tunaye Viola na Soita ambapo wapo katika lango kuu la chuo kikuu cha Kibabii, bila kumsahau Milka na mwenzake Emmanuel Mose wapo katika ukumbi wa wanafunzi. Watakuwa wanatujuza kuhusiana na taswira chuoni humo. Naye Collins ambaye yuko katika barabara kuu ya chuo kikuu cha Kibabii kama unataka kuelekea ndani ya chuo hicho. Hatua chache kutoka hapo tupo naye Priska pamoja na mwenzake Bilha, na bila kumsahau Richard na mwenzake Sheba wapo uwanjani katika chuo kikuu cha Kibabii. Watakuwa wanatujuza taarifa zinazoendelea kuhusiana na heka za siasa chuoni Kibabii. Jina langu ni Riziki.
Exactly, as you have put it, this seems that it will be a great and one of its own kind, right? And that's why in the studio today we have a guest. This is a political person or a politician, and remember that he is also a candidate when it comes to elections in Kibabii University. I'm speaking of Silali Kibika. Let's get a brief introduction from studio 2 and then studio 3, and once we come back it will be all about Kibu elections. That is Kibu Decides.
Thank you, Riziki and Thierry, and indeed we are getting you well from the Communication Center here at the Expert Studio, where we'll delve deep into dynamics around university election as Kibu Decides 2024 with a very renowned political analyst, Gideon Award, who is with us in our studios today. Join us as we explore the nuances, challenges and triumphs that revolves around election. I'm your host, Banis Andaji.
Na barabara, ikumbuke kwamba leo ni tarehe 8 mwezi wa 3 mwaka 2024, na ikumbuke kwamba mwezi huu ni mwezi ambao wanafunzi wa chuo kikuu cha Kibabii wanaenda kuamua je, ni yupi anaenda nyumbani na ni yupi anaingia uongozini. Kumbuka kwamba kwenye studio zetu siku ya leo tuko na mtaalamu kwenye masuala ya siasa, na tutakuwa tunachanganua siasa na uchaguzi kwa ndani zaidi. Mimi ni wako mtu wa Bernard.
Indeed, Gideon Yeri and Riziki Munyai back at our communication studio at Kibabii University. We are getting you here loud and clear. I'm here in the studio with guests aspirants who are competing for this year's upcoming SOKU elections. They have taken the hot seat and ready to present themselves in the hotspot studio as they showcase their manifestos for the upcoming general elections. This edition of Kibu Decides 2024 has brought together the Extra Mile Show weekly news roundup together with the Dira ya Kibu to offer you comprehensive and articulate coverage of this year's election. My name is Obed Michoma and welcome.
Naam Obed, na kwako mpenzi mtazamaji, ni dhahiri shahiri kwamba katika studio zetu tumeweza kuungana nao wawaniaji wa vyeo mbalimbali katika chuo hiki kikuu cha Kibabii. Karibuni sana katika studio zetu na ladha mkaweze kujitambulisha kwa watazamaji nyinyi ni akina nani na ni yepi mlionayo, lakini kwa sasa jitambulisheni tu peke yake.
Thank you very much, the Extra Mile Show, for giving us this chance to be in this forum, a chance to talk to our citizens of Kibabii University and also the comrades who we want to serve. My name is Jane Kuria. I'm a student in Kibabii University pursuing journalism and mass communication, and also I'm an aspirant of the female nominee seat.
Thank you, the Extra Mile, for having me. I'll be brief. I'm Elton Boy. I'll be vying for academic nominee come the general SOKU election.
Thank you for the chance you've given me. I'm Mary Patience, a first-year student taking criminology, ready to vie for the position of the female representative first.
Naam, mpenzi mtazamaji, ni kama ulivyosikia kwamba Jen ni mwaniaji wa uteule wa kike katika kitivo cha sanaa na sayansi. Naye Elton Boy pia ni mwaniaji wa uteule wa kitaaluma katika kitivo hicho hicho cha sayansi na sanaa. Naye Patience pia ni mwaniaji wa uteule wa kike katika kitivo hicho cha sayansi na sanaa. Jungu kuu halikosi ukoko kamwe, mpenzi mtazamaji, na hivi sasa katika studio zetu tutarudi kulidadavua zaidi swala zima hili la uongozi muda usiokuwa mrefu, kwani Kibabii yaamua. Mimi ni Lea Luvuno, kwako studioni mapenzi na riziki.
Thank you very much from the Hotspot studio, and this is Lea Luvuno, who is working hand in hand with her colleague news anchor Obed Michoma, where the aspirants have taken the hot seat. It's a conversation that you will never wanna miss. Now, let's venture into the discussion when we speak about it. As I have told you that already we have a guest in the studio. This is Silali Kibika, an aspirant to presidential candidate 2024 this March. Maybe if you can say something as you eye towards becoming the president of this great institution, Kibabii University. Silali Kibika, now, how is the state of politics when it comes to Kibabii University? Because you understand that you are coming from one coalition, right?
Yes.
And that's why they have said, okay, now let's take this person to this mantle.
Yes.
How is it?
Thank you, Gideon Yori. As I've said, my name is Silali Kibika. I come from the School of Education. I'm a third year, and also I'm a presidential aspirant 2024-2025, being the academic year. I think the state of politics in Kibabii currently is a day in, day out is on momentum. Each and every coalition is taking shape, and I think we always say that after Cultural Week, that is the platform for politics. So we are done with the Cultural Week, and I think we are having 2 weeks to the election period. So each and every coalition is taking shape. Each and every candidate, for example, or for instance, I, Silali Kibika, I'm prepared, because when I sleep, then things will fall apart. So each and every candidate is on a run.
So they have to be on toes.
On toes.
24/7.
24/7.
Until the elections are done.
Very true.
Great.
Yeah.
Naam, Bwana Kibika,
Asante.
kulingana na wewe, yani kwa maoni yako, ungependa wale ambao watasimamia kura hizo wakati wa uchaguzi, ungependa waeke mikakati gani ndio ili hata kura zikipigwa, matokeo yakitoka, wanafunzi wasiwe na ile tashwishi ya kusema kura hizi zilihesabiwa vibaya, kura hizi zilikuwa hivi. yani kuwe na ule msimamo ambao hata kura matokeo yakitoka kila mtu awe yani amefurahi na yale matokeo.
Asante sana Riziki. Unavyojua kila wakati maneno ya uchaguzi yana mambo mengi, na ile ambayo inasimamia uchaguzi katika chuo kikuu cha Kibabii, jambo la kwanza ambalo yafaa wafanye ni kuelimisha wapigaji kura. Hiyo ndio neno ambalo hiyo tume yafaa ifanye, ni kuelimisha. Jambo la pili, ombi langu ni usalama. Najua kama hakuna usalama, wapigaji kura hawatakuja. Na hawa wanafunzi unajua wanaogopa hii maneno ya uchaguzi. Sasa nikidhani usalama ukiwekwa, ulete polisi wakuja hapa, waweke usalama udumu, itakuwa kitu nzuri.
Kweli kabisa, kwani tunawaombea iweze kuwa hivyo, tuweze kupata amani na salama katika chuo kikuu cha Kibabii. Mpenzi mtazamaji, ndio mwanzo, mkoko unaalika maua, kwani tuweze bila shaka tuungane na wanahabari wetu Emmanuel Mose na mwenzake Milka Malonza waliokita kambi katika ukumbi wa wanafunzi wa chuo kikuu cha Kibabii, waweze kutujuza taswira halisi ya vile wanafunzi walivyo kuhusiana na heka hizi za siasa.
Indeed, Riziki and Yeri, I'm getting you loud and clear from the STC, where I've gathered with some few students who are ready to give us their take and say based on the forthcoming elections, Kibu decides 2024-2025. Perhaps you can tell us your name and what your anticipation.
My name is Mili Wanjiku. My anticipations for the coming elections is that the elections should be equitable, provide peaceful development and transparent.
As we have heard, the gear has already been set high for the aspirants. What is your take on this, Milka?
Bila shaka Emmanuel Mose, kama tulivyosikia kutoka kwa jinsia ya kike, tuweze kupata mengi kutokana na kuhusiana na malengo, maoni na hata changamoto wanazopitia wakati huu wa siasa kutoka jinsia ya kiume.
Basi mimi naitwa Kikuru. Asante, nataka leader ambaye ako straightforward, anaiangalia maslahi ya wanafunzi kabisa. Nataka mahitaji ya wanafunzi ndio yake kipaumbele. Asante.
Naam, kama tunavyojua penye moshi hapakosi moto. Kama tulivyosikia kutoka kwa wanafunzi, wanatumai kuwa wataweza kuchagua viongozi wenye maadili na kuleta maendeleo katika jamii ya chuo hiki. Kwingineko tutaweza kupata mengi zaidi kuhusiana na heka za siasa kutoka studio ya pili almaarufu The Experts. Tutaweza kupatana na wanahabari wenza Bernard na Banis.
Thank you, Milka and Mose, for that report. And indeed, it is the cry of these students that coming this election, that leaders are going to be sworn in, and leaders are going to present their grievances. Leaders are steadfast and accountable. They also pray that this election is going to be fair, free, and transparent. To you all, what do you think that the institution has to address to ensure that there is free, fair and transparent election coming 2024?
Okay, it's always a very simple and palpable thing that the institution need to address. So the only thing that the institution need to address is that the institution needs to embrace diversity. When talking about diversity, at least the institution should always learn to give each and every student opportunity, no matter about the geographical background, no matter where you come from, the language you speak. So let us always try to embrace the diversity within the institution. There's a time when elections are being done here and maybe in auditorium B, I witnessed a situation whereby a candidate was trying to forward an issue about the election rigging, but it was never taken serious. So at least when such cases are reported, and then the people concerned should always learn to listen and understand, then give it the necessary attention it deserves.
Na kutokana kwa mambo ambayo umeyazungumzia kwamba shule ni sharti ya shule au chuo kuhakikisha kwamba umoja umepewa kipaumbele na pia wanafunzi wanapaswa kusikiza. Kwa hiyo wacha kwanza tukutane na wanahabari wetu ambao wamekita kambi maeneo ya lango kuu ya kuingia chuoni, tupate ni yapi ambao wametuandalia.
Mutua Bernard and Cynthia Banis from the Expert Studio. We are getting you loud and clear right here in Kibabii University at the main entrance, as you can see. So Viola, briefly we just want to talk about the previous so-called elections here in Kibabii University, because you understand that Kibabii University is now 11 years old as a university. And for example, for an instance, taking a look into the 2021 so-called election in Kibabii University, that was the third time when the Kibabii University conducted the so-called election. And in the whole process in the election, we can see that first of all, the Kibabii Electoral Commission made an official announcement about the so-called election in Kibabii University, and it also went ahead to announce the vacant positions in the commission, positions such as the commissioners, clerks, and security personnel. And thereafter, there was the nomination of the third so-called electoral position, and that was done according to the University Act number 18. And in 2023, for instance, that was the third time when so-called elections were conducted here in Kibabii University. The same procedure that was used the previous years was again used in the fifth so-called election in Kibabii University. And during that time also there was the appointment of the Kibabii University electoral commissioners, the commissioners, the clerks, and the security personnel. And thereafter they were inducted, in fact. And the induction was presided over by Dr. Robert Kati, who is the chairperson of the Kibabii University Electoral Commission. And thereafter there was the campaign process as usual. There was the voting, and before the voting, first of all, there was the campaign. And during that period before the voting, there was the official opening of the election process, whereby the elections were prayed for peaceful elections to be conducted in the university. And the same is being expected to happen in this year's elections. They are going to kick off in the next 2 weeks' time, for instance.
Naam, Bwana Soita, swali linaloibuka miongoni mwa wanafunzi ni wakati wanapotarajia kuchagua viongozi wao ni viti vingapi vitakuwa vinagombewa, na wagombezi wanatakikana kuwa na vigezo vigani, na pia majukumu la baraza la wanafunzi pindi watakapochaguliwa uongozini. Viti kadha wa kadha zinatarajiwa kugombewa, ikiwemo nafasi ya urais, katibu mkuu, na pia wanafunzi kadha wa kadha katika vitengo tofauti. Wanafunzi wagombea wanapaswa kuwa na vigezo tofauti, ikiwemo wawe wanafunzi wa chuo kikuu cha Kibabii, na pia wawe wanachama wa kawaida wa soku, na pia wawe na alama 60 katika mtihani wao wa mwaka uliopita. Mpenzi mtazamaji, kufikia hapa na kupeleka mapumziko mafupi, ila tutarejea tukiwa naye Bwana Rizgeri na Bi Riziki pale studioni ya mawasiliano, wakikujuza mengi kuhusiana na masuala ya siasa hapa chuoni Kibabii.
Alright, welcome back. This is the second segment of the Kibabii Decides 2024. As you have heard earlier on, before we went for a break, Viola and her colleague, that is Soita, they have given you background information and a bit of history when it comes to Kibabii politics. And remember that this is the communication center. I want now to get you to understand that we have politicians on set in Studio 3. This is the hotspot studio where Obed Michoma and Lea Luvono, these are news anchors, they're moderating to make sure that you get the right information. Ama namna gani Riziki?
Kabisa, tunaona wale wanaowania uongozi chuoni Kibabii wana ari ya kuongoza, na bila shaka watakuwa viongozi bora na si bora viongozi. Lakini mbona tuandike na mate ili hali wino upo? Tuweze kuungana nao wanahabari wetu walio katika studio ya 3 almaarufu hotspot, ambaye ni Obed Michoma na mwenzake Lea Luvono, watupashe mengi zaidi.
Welcome back to the studio. As we indicated earlier, that this is the hotspot studio, and we have contestants for the upcoming Soku elections who have taken upon the hot seat to dissect the matter of them joining parliament come next year. And now we have our guests in the studio. This is Jen Kuria and Elton Boy, and also Patience Mary. So first of all, Jen Kuria, we understand that leadership, the inspiration of leadership, comes from different angles, and there are a lot of things that inspire an individual to go for the top seat. And this year in particular, that you have indicated earlier that you are going or you are eyeing the first female nominee representative seat. So Jane, what has given you that inspiration? What is your source of inspiration for you are aiming for the top seat?
Thank you very much, Obed, for that question. And as you have just said that, we always go for something after we show the interest. And leadership is not something that I've just woken up and said I just want it. I've been a leader in many places, and the reason as to why I'm going for this seat of female nominee is because I believe that some changes must be taken by ladies. And we can say that in the female nominee seat, it's all about welfare. And I've worked with my classmates, that is in journalism and mass communication, where you find problems amongst us. And I believe that in the welfare department with me, I'm going to be able not only to cater for their problems in journalism, but also we talk about inclusivity, and that meaning I'm going to engage the criminology and also social work, meaning that it's all going to be comradeship and serving the people.
Wow, Jane, it's clear that you have a clear source of inspiration. Now, talking about comradeship, Patience Mary, you are also a comrade here at Kibabii University, and that's why you are eyeing the female representative seat. And Jane is your competitor live today on the set. And perhaps, Patience Mary, can you point out why you have seen a gap in the female empowerment sector in terms of the female nominee seat? What has driven you? What has made you notice that you need to eye this seat? We know that female empowerment has been a crucial part of the past decade, and female empowerment initiatives have been taking place across the country and also globally. And here at Kibabii University, we have the female nominee seat. So in a nutshell, Patience Mary, what has made you eye this seat? What are you going to do different from the other people who have taken this seat before?
Okay, thank you for the question, Mr. Obed. I'm inspiring for this seat because I feel that women leadership is actually has been low in the country or either in the campus. So, you know, campus leaders face a lot of challenges that should be rectified or rather and be tackled. So I feel fit to tackle these issues one-on-one through coordinating with other campuses or rather to sort out these issues.
Asante sana Patience Mary, na hivi sasa tuungane naye Collins Achelo atujuze jinsi biashara na siasa zinawiana katika chuo kikuu cha Kibabii. Naam Collins, kama unanipata uweze kutujuza jinsi siasa na biashara zinaweza kuiana katika sekta ya kibiashara hapo nje ya lango kuu ya chuo kikuu hiki cha Kibabii.
Thank you very much, Obed and Leah. I'm getting you very well here at the junction, just 100 meters from the Kibabii University main gate. Here, as you can see, many businesses are taking place, and as far as elections are concerned, businesses may have different experiences when this time of election comes. Here is one of business person who is going to tell us his experience on the past elections. How are you?
I'm fine.
Please tell us your name and tell us the experiences that you have had in the past elections.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Shamia Webinster. I'm a second year student taking Bachelor of Education Science, but out here I'm a business person. I'm selling trousers for both ladies and gents and lapel blazers for all genders. If I can remember very well, the last election, it was at around 3 p.m. when it was on the day of election. After the release of election results, I saw a group of comrades coming from down there. They were armed with stones, throwing every stones, howling here and there. It made business persons, including me, to run away for our safety. Or otherwise, it could be another stories. What we expect of this election is that it should be peaceful, free, fair, and transparent, so that the outcomes so that the results should be accepted by everyone. Thank you.
Good things. As you have heard from him, those are the experiences that they go through when this time of elections comes. But remember, they are not the only one who are affected. There are also those that who depend on them. Let me usher in my fellow reporter who is camped at a certain place to take you through.
Asante sana mwanahabari mwenza Collins, na kupata mbashara nikiwa hapa Makutano ambapo biashara imeshika kasi. Jinsi mnavyojua, limebaki juma moja tu tuingie katika siasa, na siasa inaweza kuwa na madhara na faida zake katika biashara.
My name is Frida. I'm a student here at Kibabii University. So the election of last year was so chaotic and commotion. So focusing on the business people around, and as the students, we were so affected because there was forced to be an imposed curfew which started from 6. So it was so chaotic. It affected us really a lot. Talking of this year's election, we are hoping for peaceful election, and we expect our aspirants to spread peace so that we can have peaceful elections. Yeah.
Banis na Mtua, jinsi mlivyosikia maoni kutoka kwa mwanafunzi mmoja hapa. Wanafunzi wanataka siasa zinazokuja zikuwe za amani. Kwako studio, Banis na Mtua.
Thank you, Priska, for briefing us on matters business and the challenges they undergo during election time. It is so unfortunate that they have to shut down their businesses so that university students can participate in election.
Na kutoka kwa yale ambao tumepata kuyasikia au maoni ambao tumepata kuyasikia kutokana na wale wafanyabiashara ambao wako karibu na chuo kikuu cha Kibabii, tunapata kwamba mwaka jana waliweza kuathirika kwa kiwango fulani. Mwaka huu tumeshuhudia kuna mabadiliko ambayo yameweza kufanyika katika mirengo ya kisiasa. Je, unafikiria ni mikakati ipi ambayo chuo inapaswa kuweka na kuhakikisha kwamba wale wafanyabiashara ambao wako katika maeneo karibu na chuo hawapati kuathirika katika japo kwa masuala ya siasa na uchaguzi chuo?
Okay, when talking about the migration of other opponents joining the other party, at least from that point, I think the other side of the alliance, they will have a few membership, and then from that point, I think their chances of winning this election is actually limited. So I don't think if they will have hopes in winning this election, from that point there will be peace. So because they have already known that they are few in numbers, then at least their understanding is that the other party is having higher chances of winning this election. And then coming back to institution and the safety of the business activities around the school compound. What we basically need to do as an institution, we need to employ more security officers to ensure that all people having their business there are protected, and the business itself are protected, in that there is none who can interfere with their activities to ensure that they are safe.
Naam, kwako wewe Elton, kama mwanafunzi wa kriminolojia katika chuo hiki unayewania kuwa mteule wa kitaaluma katika chuo hiki cha Kibabii, yani FAS, academic nominee, ni mambo yapi ambayo utayafanya katika kitivo hiki ili kuyaongeza katika maabara ya wanahabari? Tunapata habari ya kwamba hakuna vifaa kama vile kamera na pia tarakilishi pia haziko, na pia katika maabara yale ya kriminolojia tunapata pia hakuna vifaa vile vingine vya kufanyia kazi za kriminolojia. Ni nguvu zipi ama ni nyenzo zipi utazozifanya ili kuongeza na kuleta mswala huu ukaweze kupitishwa? Kwako Collins.
Thank you, Leah, for the question. Indeed, that's a very good question. Concerning how I want to be there for that seat, there's a lot of complaints so far, as you have heard, Leah stated. So basically, my role there, I'm going to be very vigilant and provide help where necessary to advocate for the inclusivity and the increase of the instruments that are required Kibabii University is a very known university countrywide, and it's a university of choice. That such a very great university, hearing that such of the instrument in terms of journalism, they are not there, it brings a lot of questions. And so the leaders that have been there before, they have been doing less, and that is why we want to come in and say that perhaps there is need to hasten these things.
Well, talking about necessities, we know that peace during this electioneering period is not an option, but it is it's a compulsory aspect that needs to be overseen. To you, our aspirants, as we wind up the show, can you tell us how you have ensured peace? How can you relay peace to the outside public during this electioneering period?
Thank you, Obed, for that question. So on the matters to do with peace, one thing we can say that in leadership, being a leader means that you ensure this peace amongst your people, either winning or losing. So one of the things is telling people that having a seat or losing a seat doesn't mean that you can destroy anyone. So peace is the main thing, and we are the ones who are going to advocate for it, whether in the seats or not.
Thank you, Obed. Nice question. Concerning peace, we don't want to play divisive politics. We are leaders, and leadership is serving all. So that is what we are going to make sure, that our service are for all comrades, regardless of the tribe, regardless of where they come from, and we are going to speak for all and a voice for all. Thank you.
Okay, we thank you, Mr. Obed, for the inclusivity. I also take the chance to actually advise my fellow aspirants that during the election period we campaign in a peaceful manner, and what we expect is transparency and accountability. We pronounce peace along all corridors of the campus.
Na mpenzi mtazamaji, ni kama ulivyosikia kutoka kwa waniaji hao ambao wanawania na wanataka siasa zao ziwe za amani. Na labda tu ningependa tu kuwauliza ni vigezo vipi ama ni njia zipi ambazo mtakazozifanya ili mkaweze kujulikana wakati huu wa kampeni. Kwa wanafunzi wale ambao watakaowapigia kura, watajua vipi nyinyi?
Thank you, Leah, for that question on informing and making people to know us. I believe that we got lectures, we got other forums in the associations, and most of all, this is about a friend to a friend thing. And once you make a friend, another friend make another friend. So it's going to be easy for each and every one of us to gather a vote from our fellows, because when we talk, we tell each other what we got with a great manifesto, and knowing that comradeship is the key of everything. We're going to get the
Just as Jane has said, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is what we are going to basically use. And another thing, we are going to use the online platforms, the WhatsApp, the Facebook, and the Kibu platforms. Another thing, walking from door to door, we are going to make sure that all the comrades will be catered for. We are going to have our agents who are going to be campaigning for us. And also there is a time that we are going to reach the comrades at their level on the ground. So I assure you that we'll be there when the right time comes on the ground, and we'll be together.
Okay, I believe that when we move together as one, we are going to achieve the specific goals that we are aspiring for. So we are going to use, at times we are going to use our posters to sell our agendas, or either our manifestos. We are going to move from one person to another, reaching them, making sure that we've reached all the people from first to fourth year across the campus.
Take. Well, thank you to our guests for those wonderful aspirations of yours, and we hope that all your wants and your wishes in these forthcoming Soko elections will be granted. Yeah, will be fulfilled. Well, now we are switching gears on matters business, and we are going to see how elections or this electioneering period is affecting businesses around Kibabii University. And we are joined live by our reporter Bila, who is etched at Kibabii University Business Complex to give us more information on the developing story. Bila, if you can hear me.
Nawapata vyema mkiwa kwenye studio. Mimi nikiwa hapa katika makutano ya kuelekea chuoni.
Kwa majina naitwa Consolata Pondi na ninauza bagi za mtumba hapa kwa junction ya kuingia University ya Kibabii. Na kwa kweli siasa mbaya huwa inaharibu hii election wakifanya kila mara. Sisi huwa tunafunga biashara yetu na kimbia. Saa nyingine hata tunawacha mizigo yetu hapo, na saa wengine huwa wanaharibu hata hizo vibanda ambao tulikuwa tunahusia.
Bilha Olaro, Kibu TV, kwako Yeri na Riziki Communication Studio.
Shukran sana Bilha. Tukiachana na biashara, michezo vile huchangia pakubwa katika siasa. Ama unaonaje bwana Nini?
Indeed, this is a great and important point when it comes to politics and games. This is where we find the national leaders, politicians, right? They come together, they can organize for a match. A good example is the former Kakamega County, the one who was an aspirant. I'm speaking about the Secretary General in the UDA, right? We had that cup that brought together those players from the vast country and even the Western region at large. So in Kibabii University we also have the aspect of Soku tournament. This is a tournament that is being organized by the student organization or the student leadership in Kibabii University, and that's why now we want to link with Richard Okusi, who is already at the pitch, so that we can get the reactions when it comes to games and how they contribute in matters politics. Richard Okusi, if you can hear me.
Asante sana wenzetu Kibion Ijeri na Riziki mkiwa hapo Communication Center. Ni hapa tulipo ni Pavilion Ground na mwenzangu Sheba ambaye ni mwanaspoti hapa, na ni katika heka za siasa hapa Kibabii, tukikaribia uchaguzi, na unajua kwamba siasa zinaweza haribu ulingo wa spoti aidha kwa njia hasi ama chanya. Na hapa nilipo nina mkufunzi wa klabu ya Titans ambaye atakuwa anatoa maoni yake kuhusiana na huu uchaguzi ambao unakuja hivi karibuni.
Asante sana Papa Ida. Jina langu ni Stephen Kombo, mkufunzi katika timu ya Titans FC. Ni timu ambayo imeanzishwa haijamaliza miezi mingi. Ningependa kuwasihi viongozi ambao wanakuja katika uongozi muda usiokuwa mrefu wakuwa na tusapoti, manake sasa hivi tuna jezi moja, tuna mpira mmoja, tuna cons 8. Ningependa kuwasihi wakiingia angalau wakuwa na tupiga jeki, tupate hata kama ni jezi 3, tupate mpira hata kama ni 4, tutawashukuru sana. Na mwisho kabisa ni waombe wasije wakachanganya siasa, isije ikaleta wao wakaharibu timu, wakafanya timu ikaporomoka. Na may the best aspirant win. Asante.
Ukisikia wamekuwa malalamishi kutoka kwa huyu mkufunzi ambaye ameweza kutoa, na mwenzangu Sheba, labda kwa maoni yako unaweza sema hivi kulingana na hizi siasa ambazo zinakuja?
Thank you, Ida Mali, fellow sports commentator. As we are nearing the election period, much from the sports sector is really expected. Let's get to hear from one of the sports lady here at the Pavilion Ground. What are the changes and expectations do you expect from the upcoming regime?
My name is Virginia, and what I want to say is previously we've not been getting full support from the institution and in participating in inter-universities games outside the school. And what I want to urge the incoming regime to assist more, to coordinate more with the games tutor and assist us participate in inter-universities competition to get exposure to harden our teams. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. As you've heard from one of the sports lady, she's saying that they want transparency and honesty to be availed. Back to the studio, the communication studio, Riziki.
Shukran sana Sheba. Na kulingana na maoni ya wanafunzi pamoja na wale wanaowania viti tofauti chuoni Kibabii tuliokuwa nao siku ya leo, tunawatakia kila laheri wote watakaoingia katika ulingo wa siasa kuweza kuwania viti tofauti chuoni Kibabii, kwani siasa ni kama mpira wa miguu ambapo kila mmoja anajaribu kufunga goli lake.
That's amazing, Riziki, and it's been a great discussion, a topic on matters election. We're speaking of Kibu Decides 2024.
Na kutokana kwa yale ambayo umeweza kusikia, hatuna la ziada. Kumbuka kwamba tumefikia hitimisho ya jukwaa hili la heka ya siasa. Nimekuwa wako Mtua Bernard.
Until there, we have no much but to thank you, our esteemed viewer, for switching gears at the Extra Mile Show, Kibu TV. Remember, this has been a comprehensive report on Kibu Decides 2024. Join us on a subsequent bulletin as we will be unfolding what will be happening during this election. I've been your anchor, Banis and Anje. Now, let's switch gears into our studio number 3, known as the Hotspot Studio.
Well, as we come to the end of the show, we want to note that elections are an important aspect in any organization or any institution. And here at Kibabii University, different aspirants and even the voters are given the platform to choose the leaders that they want. In this electioneering period, we from the Extra Mile Weekly News Roundup and also Dira Kibu, we wish that all people that are participating, including the public, the members of the public, to ensure peace and safety for everyone during this electioneering period. From me, it's a bye-bye. I'm Obed Michom.
Na kwa niaba ya Dira Kibu tunatakia mafanikio waneaji wote kwenye kinyang'anyiro hiki cha uchaguzi. Na kwa wanagenzi tungependa kuwajuza kwamba wachague viongozi bora na si bora viongozi katika uchaguzi bora na si bora uchaguzi. Mimi ni Lea Luvuno. Tukutane tena wakati mwingine. Kwaheri.
Remember that in our studio, this one is the communication center. We had a guest. That is Silali Kibika, who is a presidential candidate in these coming elections, or this year's elections, Kibabii University. And then if I take you to the expert studio, that is studio number 2, where Mtua Bernard and Banis and Anje have been there with a political analyst. This is Gideon Award. And then in studio number 3, we had the 3 aspirants, and 2 of them are eyeing for the first female academic. This is Mary and Jen Kurian. Also, we had the Elton Boy, who is looking forward to become the first academic secretary. Allow me now to promise you that this is just the intro or just a glimpse of what to expect when it comes to Kibu Decides 2024. And these elections, we are also looking forward to have presidential debate in 1 week time. We'll be coming back to make sure that all the happenings and everything toward the presidential debate, we bring it live to you. Remember, from the campaign trail, from the very beginning up to the very last end, that period, our journalists who are at the ground, they'll provide full coverage to all this. And also for comprehensive stories, always keep it Kibu TV and at the Extra Mile Media. We'll get you informed, educated, and making sure that we meet your interest. My name is Gideon Iyebe, and this has been Kibu Decides 2024.
Na bila shaka hapo ndipo tunapotumatisha mjadala wetu wa leo kuhusiana na heka za siasa chuoni Kibabii almaarufu Kibu Decides. Lakini kumbuka kwamba kwenye siasa hakuna marafiki wa kudumu, bali kuna marafiki wa sasa. Jina langu ni Riziki Mwanya.
Unaposema hakuna marafiki wa kudumu, unamaanisha nini kauli? Dadangu bana sikuelewe.
Kusema kwamba hakuna marafiki wa kudumu.
Naam.
Mkiwa katika ulingo wa siasa.
Ndio.
Hapo urafiki ni wa hapo tayari. Hakuna urafiki yani wa kuendelea mbele katika maisha.
Naam. Kwa hivyo wanafaa kusadiki pale tu, lakini baada ya hapo kama ni mambo na siasa hakuna.
Baada ya siasa hakuna tena urafiki. Urafiki wao huwa ni wa hapo kwa hapo.
And that's where I rest my case. Goodbye.